Hey there, everybody. It's a wonderful... No, I'm not doing this.
Doing what?
It's a wonderful day to play the Baby Looney Tune way. Da, da, da,
What?
da, da.
What the frick?
That's a TV show, remember?
I know it is. I used to watch it, but I just... Why are you referencing
I don't
it?
know. It just kind of popped into my head, and I used to like it when I was a kid.
It's horrible.
I know it's horrible, but I liked it when I was a little kid. Like, really little. It is a garbage show. And it tries to have morals and lessons, but it's a Looney Tunes show, so it really just shouldn't.
People shouldn't have to learn their morals from cartoons. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Like, if you learned all of your morality from cartoons, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry!
I learned most of mine from video games, if I'm totally honest.
Oh, but yeah, you also have a pitiable and sad life.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Please don't elaborate.
I can.
No, don't do it.
I'll do that thing that was a YouTube trend like 6 years ago for everyone to do, draw my lives.
No. Oh, I was about to say, like, the card thing? No, don't do that.
Card thing, what?
There was also the thing where people wouldn't say any words, they just pick up cards that would say stuff on them about their suffering.
Oh my god, no. I hated that. The Draw My Life was at least interesting because you'd see about people's lives, but if you had just hold up the card, you're like, yeah, you've been through some tough shit.
I could do a draw my life parody because basically I can't draw.
It's true.
If there was, like, points you could put into talents in real life, I have -5 in art.
-5. My art is a -5.
It goes below subpar into just plain... Honestly, there are 5-year-olds that draw better than me.
Well, you have dexterity issues.
I do, I know, but it's true. I draw horribly. I'm terrible at drawing.
Calm down, Sarah. Calm down. Are you okay?
I don't even have consistency.
Oxygenate!
I am breathing.
Oh, so am I. Look.
Yeah. Also, I almost died.
Oh my god, really?
I mean, I could have. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I know. You want to tell the story or should I?
I can tell the story.
It was your perspective. So.
Yeah. So as a job for the summer, I do gardening work for one of my professors in college. And I unknowingly shoved my fist straight into an anthill. And a bunch of these really, really tiny ants crawled into my glove and started stinging me. Apparently, I'm allergic to these ants. Horribly allergic.
Maybe just allergic to the ants or the formic acid they put out.
Or whatever things in their venom. They bite and they stung horribly. It hurts so much. And my hand started swelling up and it just spread up my arm and started just every joint hurt. My lymph nodes swelled up. I had to go to the hospital.
That was yesterday. We spent like 3 hours in the hospital almost.
Yeah.
That was quite frightening. But then today she's all better. And oh my god. And oh my god, I was so nervous because like on the way there you just started... Because like it started closing off your breathing passages.
Very slowly. So, yeah, if that's the first time I'm exposed to it and that's what happens, I really don't want to know what happens if I get exposed to it again.
And I remember Maga, her grandmother, trying to desperately dismiss it. Like, no, it's not an allergy, it's just something that happens. It was just a reaction to the ant stings, the formic acid. I'm like, I will shove my entire hand in that ant mound to prove a point to you.
Here's the thing, my professor warned me about this type of ant before, that he even mentioned that he has a mild allergy to them where he gets horrible welts whenever they sting him. But he also said their stings didn't actually hurt, and for most people it doesn't do anything, so I didn't even look out for them. Because I'm like, yeah, it sounds more like they're just a nuisance, you know? I've never had an allergic response to ants. I've never even been stung by them before. So, I was completely unaware of what was going on. So over the course of about an hour, it got super bad. Would I have probably lived without medical intervention? The first time, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was agony.
You were on the board. You were about to cry multiple times.
Well, yeah, because every joint hurt. I'm 100% certain that as that venom went through my system, every lymph node decided to work together to swell.
to work together.
Yes. Absolute agony.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't feel it, so I couldn't tell your side of the story, really, so.
Yeah. Well, wherever the stuff spread, it felt like they were still stinging me. And their stings shockingly hurt. And it, like, even like that kind of pulsing pain where it's like a new sting every time. It doesn't just have a continuous pain threshold. It keeps going on and off. And it was spreading throughout my entire body.
Think of like being poked by a needle continuously, I guess.
And it just compounds over and over, more needles in more places.
More needles. Sorry.
What I would imagine, oh gosh, what is the thing where people put needles into them because they think it helps stuff?
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture done by a 5-year-old.
That sounds great, actually. What are you talking about? That's like the best acupuncture, Sarah. I've had it done a dozen times.
Yeah. Where they're just spreading randomly throughout your body.
These are no focal points, I assure you. The man says as he pats his child on the back. Son, you gotta learn.
Which, by the way, while acupuncture has no demonstrable benefits, it does demonstrably have the potential to damage you if they put the needles in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Job's done, shoot.
Job's done. God. New achievement. What? Full tower? Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. I'm glad to have done this. That was wonderful. Why?
Why did I earn this?
Yeah,
What
why?
was it for?
What happened?
Does it have a description if you hover over it?
Oh my god, it has its own set of achievements that don't go on forever?
Nice.
That's amazing!
So that's that one you got right there, isn't it? Full tower, right there.
Yeah.
So what did you get it for? Hover over.
Full upgraded tower, what else?
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I wanted to read it.
I think that's awesome. I actually think that's awesome.
Finite number of achievements.
You guys don't understand what it was like. The infinite amount of achievements. I felt like I was actually accomplishing nothing.
Well, yeah, because you were.
It just went on forever and ever and ever. Ah, good job, friend. Killing everything before it can touch me.
Well, then I guess he is doing his job.
Well, actually, it's just an empty tower that's automatically targeting. Our character is a badass at everything. That's a noticeable thing, by the way. Like, he has the, Mary Sue problem, actually. Like, I'm pretty sure he could learn to speak the language of the zombie. It's alright, he wants to be friends. He said he was vegan.
Oh, have I mentioned before on here that there was a super bad zombie movie and an actual relevant point was one character became a zombie, but he was vegan while alive, so he didn't feel the need to attack people and was still friendly?
I know, right? Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
You told me. I don't know if it happened on the show, but you did tell me. That is such a beautiful plot point. I love it.
It's so dumb.
It is, but it's so good.
But
it's like shit tier great.
I know. As if it would matter.
Yeah. Oh look, he was a vegan beforehand, so he's fine now.
So that means zombies have some thoughts or at least some morality. So why are the rest still attacking? I just want to go and have.
I imagine like the taste preferences went into it too. So a guy that prefers Asian food would definitely eat an Asian person. I'm kidding. Did you enjoy that?
It was really dumb.
Was it good dumb? Oh my god, they're posed in a silly way. Oh, never mind, they're dead. They're like super dead. They died a second time, they're so dead.
Do the zombies canonically die in this before becoming zombies?
We don't know, we haven't played the first one yet.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Hey guys, watching the series backwards, watching our equipment improve backwards is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've always found some people are like, zombies so unrealistic. I'm like, it's fantasy. It's fantasy stuff.
Yeah,
It's fiction!
I know. It's like a suspension of disbelief. You gotta have at least some of it.
Yeah, I think the most, I guess, feasible zombies I've ever seen were ones that were actually was introduced by a chemical that's the cure actually was distributed amongst people who are all below a certain age.
Oh, really?
So only people 16 and up zombified. And so after you'd already become a zombie, you couldn't go back, but eating the flesh of people that had just gotten the cure prevented them from decaying anymore.
Oh.
So they weren't dead, but they craved, flesh and whatnot as a matter of their own survival.
That's actually really interesting.
And while they sometimes would go after animals, they still had some thoughts and organization to their minds. So they would recognize that it didn't make them feel good like eating young people did.
Young people.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just sounds really weird. Young people. Flesh.
Yeah. So that
Ooh.
was...
Surviving the city for 3 days.
Yeah. So the whole point was just to outlast them because, if they didn't get to eat people, they would eventually die out.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
But, of course, you're stuck with the fact that everybody who isn't a zombie is 15 or younger.
So they've got impatience and they're impulsive and everything.
And they're also a minority.
Yeah, I know. Did those people... Legit question. Did they reproduce?
The zombies or the
teens? The teens.
Eventually, yeah. That's kind of an inevitability.
No, I mean during the series.
Yes, there's mentions of babies being born in that series.
Oh, that's neat.
And as
it actually takes into account. It doesn't water it down like, no, they just didn't happen.
Yeah, there's a...
And they don't just ignore it or just go over it slightly and,
Yeah, no. And one of the because the books are actually out of order for timeline wise, which is super annoying.
Oh.
like the third book is the book that takes place at the start of the apocalypse, where there's still some adults that aren't turned yet.
Oh.
And the last adult to turn that they know of was a cannibal before the apocalypse, really.
Was a cannibal before the apocalypse.
Yeah. So he was eating kids already.
Oh my god, that's fucking horrifying. Oh god. No.
And they actually figured that out because he's a bus driver helping a bunch of kids escape from a school. And they noticed that his son goes missing.
Oh.
So yeah, he's already still being driven to eat people for survival.
Oh, they'll still explode. Sorry.
And stuff.
Sorry, continue.
but he's still talking and whatnot.
So
they retain more sanity the more they eat people.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah. And they always comment that the most dangerous zombies are actually the ones that are barely old enough to turn, because they're the most fit.
What if they're like 800 pounds?
Then of course they're slow and they can't catch anybody.
Damn.
So the dangerous people were the ones who were really fit young adults.
That should be a thing, but yeah.
Yeah, the zombies don't actually, in that book series, don't seem to have added endurance of any kind.
They're just zombified people.
They're just
That's
people
reasonable.
that feel an immense drive to eat children.
To eat children, specifically.
Yeah, not each other.
Wait, so what?
They
That's
don't
weird.
usually bother to eat each other. Well, what's the point? It doesn't help them.
That's true. That is true. It just feels weird because that's like the sorry. It's just it's nice to get achievements.
And some of the chapters are from the zombies' perspective, and you can get an idea of what their thought processors are like for some of the more intelligent ones, and how annoyed they get with the less intelligent ones that can't catch anybody because they're useless.
Yeah, they are. That sounds like an actually interesting series, though. It doesn't sound like it's one of the old and overdone zombie plots.
Yeah. And while it is mentioned in the third book that it is indeed a global problem, it's not entirely clear in the other two books that that's the case.
Oh.
Because it takes place in England.
As all good books do.
No.
I'm kidding. Up. So did it use the spellings? Armor, color, all that. The British spellings. There we go.
I don't remember.
Do you like my character seizing while I try and remember?
What some people would call true English. Not me though. I don't care.
I remember I used to be a part of be a grammar Nazi about that. Then I just stopped caring about the British English being the right one.
Yeah. Remember, the U.S. English is different because we wanted it to be. We wanted it to be, and truly, it just honors the person that made that decision all the more that when British people get insulted by U.S. English.
It does. And that's why you shouldn't be insulted by U.S. English. Why are you insulted by English?
That just doesn't use the pointless U's. And spell pajamas with a Y.
Well, actually, the way it's done, it is actually supposed to be spelled that way. And the way it's supposed to be sounded out is indeed the correct way in the British spelling. However... Yeah.
Hey,
we can change as much as we want, and it'll still be the same language.
Yeah. Well, mostly. Let's all just be grateful that we dropped the using the F's in place of S thing in the middle of words.
Oh, God.
That's just everybody agreed that was a terrible thing in English,
yes.
and we all dropped that.
There's someone out there that's like, I still use it.
Massachusetts shouldn't have F's in it. At all.
Mafafoofif. Mafafoofif.
No, it's still pronounced the same. It's just F's.
I'm sorry, but it sounds funnier if it's Mafafoofif.
Yeah.
Mafafoofif.
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Mississippi.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You went, yeah. Yeah.
Remember, English used to be even worse.
I don't believe in bad English. I just believe in English being used for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry. Couldn't help it. Yeah, no?
I don't understand why anybody even pretends that English has rules for spelling.
Hey guys, tell me how many things follow the EIR thing. What is it?
I before E rule.
There we go, the I before E rule. I actually have cared so little that I've forgotten, because after I found out about the stuff, I just never gave a shit.
More words break it than follow it. It just happens to be that a lot of the words that follow it are commonly used.
Yeah. So we have an absurd amount of words that
just break rules.
Yeah.
And there's no consistency because English is just a mashup of a bunch of other different languages that all have different rules from each other.
My favorite description for it ever was English is the language that likes to beat up other languages in the streets and pickpocket extra verbs and nouns from them.
Basically. The worst words are the ones derived from French that remained very French. Do you understand how long I pronounced rendezvous? Too long!
Unison.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but that is the one I will never forget. It's just.
I actually heard rendezvous out loud. It just never occurred to me that the word I was reading and the word I heard other people say were the same word. Because they're spelled so differently from how they're pronounced. But they're not. It's just that French.
Oui.
French, the language that pronounces only half the words. The letters. Half the letters.
Half the words. No, I agree with that. Oui. Alright, so I've done everything in this area, but it's not going away? Maybe I need to clear out every nearby area. That makes sense. Because zombies would still leak through.
They leak through. Get some flex tape.
Flex tape! Oh yeah! Watch, I'll put fake flex tape all over this boat, and it still goes in the water.
Yeah.
Flex tape.
Flex seal. May require multiple coats.
I actually think that's neat. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
As long as it's not something that's like high pressure water trying to go through like a faucet or something. Because it's not gonna work. Something's gotta break, guys.
Yeah, something's gotta break. But still, you get my point though, right? It's neat that works in most occasions.
Yeah.
That it's used in.
Yeah. Remember that if...
Follow usage instructions.
Yeah, if the flex seal was strong enough to seal up, say, a faucet that's running, and then it would break your pipe somewhere. The weakest link must break.
Yeah, I know.
And the water is not the weakest link. It's not.
The water breaks. What? What? This just in. Flex Seal broke water.
How do you break a liquid? I guess you freeze it first and then crack it. But then it's not a liquid.
Excuse me? That is the best form of liquid. The solid form. I've always loved the solid forms of liquid.
Sockwids.
Sockwids. Oh god, it sounds gross actually. Sockwid.
It's not really a liquid, but it's not a solid either.
Sockwid. Oh, there's still factory upgrades. That's why it didn't finish. I actually looked at that before and I forgot. Oops.
Sockwid.
How do you guys like Sockwids?
I don't know, I'm a fan of smoothies.
That's actually a pretty decent application of that new fantastical word we've made.
It's not something I made. I swear to you that there's a word equally silly or is that means that.
Oh, really?
There's word for intermediate forms of matter that don't really follow the conventions of, solid, liquid, gas, or plasma. That are intermediate.
Oh god. Alright. I mentioned spirit science in the previous episode. I am now remembering like a really old spirit science episode in which she's like, and on Mars there are certain elements that exist there that exist in no other state, and I'm like, that is not possible! Because everything has to have a certain state. And he was saying something like, it can't exist in this state, and I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Basically anything can become a solid if it's cold enough.
And anything can become a liquid or a gas. He was applying it to literally every element and everything. I'm like, no, you don't understand how it works, and you're peddling it off as if you do, you fucker. It hurt me so much when I was like 15.
I tried to talk to spirit science people on one of their chats. I regret that.
It made you very angry.
Oh,
you thought it was funny at first.
At first it was funny, but because the guy was trying to say that marijuana cures cancer, I'm like, okay, then what? Then why did Bob Marley die?
Oh, God.
Furthermore, when they go and like send this stupid half-done article type thing that's not really an article.
It wasn't-
It's like 100 sources that say this.
It was 1,000 actually.
Yeah, 1,000 sources that do it. The vast majority of the sources, when you go and click on them, are experiments that were never finished. They have partial abstracts and nothing else.
There are ones that are finished, and it actually went against his claim.
Yeah, because they went and compared it to conventional medicines, like the ratio of healthy cells killed versus cancer cells. It was too high. It killed too many healthy cells. It just doesn't work. None of the chemicals in marijuana cure cancer, guys. They don't.
There's gonna be people that are super offended by that in the comments, so we're gonna have to ask that to be added to the image too.
Marijuana doesn't cure cancer?
Marijuana doesn't cure cancer.
But also have a marijuana leaf in the image.
Make that a separate image, actually, guys. Make that a separate image. Whoa. Why? Because we can. Share it on my Twitter.
Yeah, it's seriously though. We have to find a way to make this image so offensive that nobody would ever want to see it again. But yes, you would.
Like, I gotta show my friends this, and they're like, oh my god, they're making fun of a vegan diet? The Catholicism in this.
And Jehovah's Witnesses.
That's like adding an extra person to the situation. How unrealistic. Why would they share it for more than one person? How dare you? I'm kidding. Oh, I want to say something about a general community thing that happens in YouTube a lot. People shut off videos and ignore YouTubers that say like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the thing. But the reason why it's said is is because a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't do it, and it helps us know if you want to see more stuff out of us. And I've actually seen a reemergence of people being like, nah, I don't care.
I like this guy, but he's asking me to subscribe. Screw him.
Yeah, it's things like that. I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong with this?
And honestly, I don't care.
Yeah, there's people that are like, oh, he's terrible. It's the worst thing.
No.
Yeah, there are people like that. Like, I don't understand what your conniption is.
I'm actually
That is the only way for some people to actually take off on YouTube.
The only way I get annoyed by it is if it's at the start of a video.
They have a pre-credit scene.
Yeah.
I mean not a an opening credits.
Yeah, that gets annoying to me. But that's just because, come on, I want to watch the video. But once the video's over and they're starting to say that, I can just, stop it.
Go to something else.
It gives me some nice buffers to go and prevent me from watching part of the YouTube end of the video commercial.
Oh, Jesus.
Because as annoying as somebody might find the like, comment, subscribe thing, that's more annoying.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to do autoplay.
And if you don't watch the commercials, YouTube doesn't get paid, and YouTube inevitably goes down.
Yeah.
As annoying as you find commercials, they are inherently necessary. And they're also inherently necessary to support people, even though I don't use them right now. I might in the future, I don't know. But right now, I'm just like, it's like an extra $5 a year. It's kind of pointless. To me. But it funds YouTube a lot more, because they get a lot more of the ad revenue.
Yeah. Plus, you can do the YouTube Red thing, right? And then you don't see commercials?
Yes, you subscribe to YouTube Red, $10 a month. And you do not see commercials, and the funds go, and that $10 actually gets distributed amongst the people you watch, as well as extra funding goes to YouTube. So it's actually pretty worthwhile. I like it.
Yeah, didn't we have a YouTube Red watcher for a while?
We have multiple YouTube Red watchers still.
Yeah, that's always been interesting to me.
Yeah, because YouTube Red's genuinely like a pretty good deal. But we'll take on this part next time. Because guess what, guys?
It's almost 30 minutes.
For a moment, I thought it didn't save. I almost had a heart attack.
Like, no, all of my work.
I felt my soul leave my body. Whatever remains of that decaying thing inside of me.
What soul?
Yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and actually do if you like my stuff. Or if you hate me and want to tell me I'm a piece of shit. I mean, either way, you're helping me. So thank you. Check my Patreon, Ko-Fi, and Twitter in the description if you want to support me that way. You can do that and still hate me. Thank you. I despise you too.
Bye.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, bye.
Bye. Fuck you. But not really. Yeah, have a nice one, guys.